Hey Herotaku, this is Wheelchair 21, and it is Transformers Month, but it wouldn't be a Transformers Month if we didn't actually acknowledge the third-party companies, because they make wonderful Transformer toys, and in this third-party review, we're going to look at Function X-1, a Fansproject production. Now, already, Function X-1 is a well-received third-party toy in the community, because it is Headmaster's Chrome Dome. Yes, a Headmaster, which actually looks like his show counterpart, which also fits in scale with the Generations line, being almost a deluxe or mega class figure. Anyways, the box is a nice showcase, but that's really not what we're here to see. Fansproject Function X1 first starts out as the actual robot form upon opening from its package. Now, the cool aspect about this figure in general is it has a lot of points of articulation, which is rare for a real Transformer toy made by Hasbro, because it actually has hips, it has the actual thigh joint, it actually has double jointed knees. The toy actually has a toe joint, and it has special shoulder joints. And when I mean special, it means like you have to put it in a certain position to get the arm to rotate into a certain area, which I would say people be cautious of so you don't break the toy. It actually has the bicep joint, it has the elbow joint, and it has 360 in the wrists. Honestly, it's an amazing piece whatsoever. I would say the biggest con to the figure automatically is the fact that they removed a lot of the orange for red. The red makes it look amazing, it makes it look nice, and it makes it look kind of retro, honestly. I think the orange would make it look tacky, but the red really just broadens the character, and I overall enjoy it. And it wouldn't be a Headmaster without having the ability to take off its actual head, which is a figure itself. Yeah, the head is really great, it's really nice, and it just has really fine detailing. Really reminds me of Chrome Dome. It looks almost 100% on the character it's intended to be. So, that's the one interesting part. Now, the transformation is pretty cool because of the Minicon knees actually fold up and fold in to the robot, rather than how some just fold their legs straight up and over. And it actually can bend its arms, giving the Minicon, or the Headmaster itself, about, I would say, 6 points of nice received articulation. Honestly, looks great. Looks like the actual Minibot version for the head, and I overall enjoy it. The transformation is pretty subtle, can be a little tricky, but is goddamn awesome. Now, since I don't have any other Headmasters from the Function series, I can't show the swappability with the other figures, nor can I really say that the best part about it, which a lot of people tend to love, is underneath usually the plates used to be like an actual skill chart. This does not come with it. They didn't make it like that, but I think that was just to avoid copyright suit with Hasbro. Anyways, let's get down to the actual car form. Now, to transform from robot to vehicle form or vehicle to robot form, it is kind of tricky, so I wouldn't insist showing it on camera because it is a pain in the ass. But it's fun nonetheless. Once in the actual vehicle form, it's awesome, futuristic, space kind of car. You can see automatically that it has a clear cockpit. Why? Well, you can actually put your little Minicon inside, or your Headmaster inside to drive his vehicle, where you actually have a steering wheel, which is actually one of the tightest joints in the body, and it actually plugs in really simply. You just stretch out its legs, extend them forward, and station him quite well into the cockpit, and it actually has a nice little peg that helps you fasten him into his seat. Once fastening Chrome Dome into his robot seat, into his actual vehicle form, you can close the cockpit over him. Now, the problem with the cockpit itself is you actually need to pull the frame around it down a bit and push the robot a little ways forward to shut it fully in place and lock it. It's one of the most pain in the ass parts about the toy because it's a jarring piece to do to get the actual head to shut down, or I should say the canopy to shut down on the Headmaster and actually become full car mode yet again. Like saying, it is one of the hardest parts to actually get the part down, because that was, I think, the minor issue it had with the design was that they mismeasured the entire frame of the vehicle, so when the hood comes down and locks the Headmaster into place, it's not really static, and not all the wheels touch down on the surface because of how certain joints work and such. 3 out of the 4 wheels do touch. It has a wonderful car mode. It's really awesome. It has also a turret system built into his forearms to use the guns like Tonfa's in robot form, but can also use the guns for its turret system when rotating it forward. It's wonderful. It's awesome. I love having this. It's the right size that I want a Chrome Dome toy to be around a Deluxe or a Mega Class. I don't really think a Chrome Dome needs to be Voyager, except in the Generations line for Hasbro, since most of the other Headmasters are going to be Voyagers, and the fact that obviously they were all the same scale in the show. Like I said, they're all usually Voyager size due to how the show portrayed them. Honestly, I think that was what was the flaw with Headmasters, in my personal sense, is that their vehicles do not match what the size scale should be. Anyways, I love the robot. I love the car. It's really an awesome car, and it just gives you a throwback to old vintage 70s and 80s vehicles, just to how their designs look in that almost, we're trying to be futuristic blend. It's a good capture of the character. It's a good capture of the generation it was built in. And it's just a good overall third-party toy. I recommend people try to hunt this thing down, because it's hard to get, and when Fansproject reissues it, it always sells out now. The first initial wave did not, due to some weird, I don't know, fan hate for it. But then as soon as reviewers got it, people flocked to it. Anyways, it's one that I truly do recommend. But, hey, not everyone's a third-party kind of guy. You can find more reviews for Transformers Month here on Herotaku's YouTube channel and Herotaku.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and go check out, myself, Wheelchair21, on my YouTube channel and social media accounts. Anyways, we'll see you more. We'll see you next time with more Transformers Month. Next week will be Beast Wars, Beast Machines, and Robots in Disguise.